So I really want people to stop using the word aggressive in association with black women. 9 times out of 10, when somebody is saying that a black woman is being aggressive, they're actually probably using the wrong word. What they really probably mean is that she is assertive, she is outspoken, she is passionate, she is combative, she is confrontational. Y'all are using aggressive wrong, and it's pissing me off. Aggressive obviously has a negative connotation associated with it, especially historically when it comes to the black community. So when we within the community call each other aggressive, it's very off-putting. And the reason why it's very problematic and harmful is because women of other races could execute the same exact behavior or communication style and they wouldn't be called aggressive. Like me personally, I've never thought to call another black woman or a black man aggressive. Like I may say they doing too much. I may say, they need to chill out. They need to relax. They a little intense. And what's crazy is, as a child or as a teen, I've always had a strong personality. I've always been very direct. And I've never, until adulthood, been referred to as aggressive. But the moment a black woman becomes an adult where she can assert herself, where she's direct, where she expresses her expectations, where she can self-advocate, now all of a sudden we're aggressive. I really feel like people try to gaslight black women for reacting to something that was wrong or inappropriate or disrespectful by telling them that they're being aggressive about it. Use another word.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Key. So today we're going to talk about something that's been on my heart for a while, something that a lot of black women deal with far too often, and that's been labeled aggressive, simply for speaking up, for using our voices that God gave us, and for standing firm in our truth. Here's the thing, black women are not aggressive by default. We're passionate, assertive, and expressive, and we're tired of being silenced. The reality, when other people speak up, when they're challenged by something, or even when they get emotional, or seem bold, confident, or passionate, but when we do it, suddenly it's just too much. We're intimidating, hostile, angry, and honestly, it's unfair, it's exhausting, and it's rooted in stereotypes that goes way deeper than this conversation. But let's get into these clips.
You're a little too tough, yo. You gotta.
No.
You're a little too
things
tough.
Just have to make sense.
When I be watching, you a little too tough. I'm serious. You gotta, feminine. You a feminine looking woman. You beautiful. It's okay. Rest in your femininity.
Oh, I'm always in my femininity.
Well, rest in it.
I never feel like I have to be masculine.
When you talk about it on here, you be a little aggressive.
No, I'm not aggressive. Men are just not used to a woman that looks like me.
What?
Being factual. They want women that look like me to be emotional and be like, oh,
but
you guys, this is how I feel, and I just want to be. I don't think like that, because you think like that, you're gonna get ran over your whole life. If I was fat and ugly, y'all wouldn't care about what I was saying, but because of how I look, y'all be like, oh, she's so aggressive.
I'm just saying, you could do it in a feminine way.
No. No, thank you.
Don't be so aggressive. It's
what's
okay.
Feminine? What's feminine?
You.
How do you speak in a feminine way? I don't understand.
No,
that.
I'm just saying, it's not even you. The things like.
You know what I hate? When somebody be like, what's your name? And I tell them, Shanadia. And they like, oh, can I just call you Nadia? And I'm like, no. And they like, ooh. Ooh, you got an attitude. Bitch, I don't have an attitude. I just said no. Like, black people really can't even say no. We really got to agree with anything. Like, bitch, no, just call me anything. Bitch, no. That's not my fucking name. They call me Hell. They call me Stacy. That's not my motherfucking name. Annoying.
Entitlement people feel is crazy, to think that you can just call me anything and I'm supposed to just be okay with it. No, I'm going to correct you. You're bad. It's okay. Not a big deal. But please, call me by my name. It's there for a reason. There's no reason for you to change it. We not cool, we not homies, and that's not my nickname. So, figure it out.
My love, kindly do me a favor and stop calling black women aggressive. Y'all love to call a black woman on this bloody app aggressive, and I am sick of it. We have to dumb ourselves down, dance softer, be kinder, gentler, so that we're not called aggressive or rough. For what? But everybody else gets praised for it. Oh, they're going so hard. Oh, they're doing that so well. Da-da, da-da. Where do you think they got it from? Stop calling black women aggressive. Stop doing it. Like, watch this video and please tell me where this was aggressive. I would like to know. Stop calling black women aggressive. please?
Bitter black woman. When my now ex-husband and I were going through our separation and divorce, he was not in the least communicative about his feelings or the state of things between us. When you are heartbroken and you're attempting to communicate and it's not reciprocated, it can elicit feelings of anger. His response to me verbatim was, "This is exactly what I didn't want, for you to turn into a bitter black woman." Those words have stuck with me. For me, it's the patriarchy behind it, the narcissism. Can you imagine the size ego one must possess to think that they have that much power over you, to believe that the pain that they have caused you has that much power over you, that you will become a trope? You cannot cause someone pain and heartbreak, and in an effort to diminish your role in doing so, you attempt to label them. Being a black woman can really be exhausting, because if you're not emotional, you're labeled masculine, and if you're overly emotional, you're labeled bitter. When are black women allowed the same grace that black men allow every other race or ethnicity of women? There's no bitterness here. My heart has not hardened, and I am so very thankful for all of the lessons that I learned from that marriage.
I think people have such a perception of a black woman being so strong that we're just supposed to take anything thrown at us. And then when we don't, we're weak. Well, no, I'm supposed to get beat down by everybody that comes near me? No, I'll be that bee. I'll be that bitch. If that means I have to stand for me and I have to show other young women that you should not let people take advantage of you, no matter who they are.
You said you like black girls, but you said it's just like...
I answered this question earlier, you know?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a need to simplify it again, but I'm going to simplify it again.
Okay,
you know, I carry myself like I'm an average dude, because I don't see myself no better than him, no better than him, you know, or no less than him. So if he could say that he likes skinny women, if he prefers skinny women more than a more chubby or heavyset women, he could say that and nobody won't get mad at him. I just said I don't like women with my complexion. I like light-skinned women. I want you to be lighter than me. I love African-American women, but I just don't like my skin complexion.
Okay. Well, I like your skin complexion.
We too gutter. Black people, my complexion, we too gutter. Light-skinned women, they more sensitive, you know?
There's some dark-skinned women out here sensitive.
No, they too tough. They too tough. Light-skinned women, we could break them down more easy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Fam, got a good one for y'all today. Just got done talking to one of my partners about the dating world, and he expressed to me that he is tired of dating. So I asked him why, because I'm never a person to give up. But I was like, why? And he was like, I'm tired of meeting all these aggressive ass women. I said, well, what makes them aggressive? He said, you know, they try to act like a man. You know, they try to take charge. They try to lead. You know, I'm supposed to be the head of the household. I said, stop right there. I said, if you were a strong ass man, if you were a natural born leader or just a leader, you would have never had to go through any of that you have already been through. But you must be a weak ass man. And one thing I know about a woman, when a woman is with a weak ass man that she loves, that woman will take charge. That woman will take the lead. She will start doing things that the man should have been doing, but she was with a weak ass man. So I told him like this: if you ever do run across a woman that you consider to be aggressive, as you know, she act like a man, I said, peel back some layers of the onion and find out who she used to date. I guarantee you the dudes that she used to date are weak as fuck. Maybe she just had one, a weak ass man or a weak ass men. So she had to step up to the plate. She had to become the head. She had to become the leader, because a lot of y'all weak ass men out here right now looking for a woman to be your mama. Let's be real about that. But y'all don't want that conversation. You don't know how to lead yourself. So you lean on your woman by not doing any damn thing, but she has to keep the family going because you a weak ass man. So yeah, she's aggressive. So don't get mad if you run into a woman of that caliber. Don't run away from her. She's showing you that she can lead. She's showing that she is strong, because there are some days where you might slip. She can take charge and handle what you have slipped on, what you messed up on. That's a powerful woman to me. That's who I got right now. I got a woman that's a natural born leader. I got a woman that wants to lead, and we balance that out. She leads in areas that she's stronger than me. I lead in areas that I am stronger than her. And fam, That is the perfect balance of a relationship, to have two alphas knowing how to step up to the plate and also knows how to step off that plate and let somebody else lead. Real talk. What's going on, fam?
Let's talk about it, because so many Latinos and Latinas like to gaslight this topic. I'm just gonna call it out. The reason why so many people like to gaslight this topic is because they're feeding into a negative stereotype about themselves. A lot of people don't know that this spicy Latina, this señorita, this toxica thing, it's a stereotype. A negative one which is not true, but one that a lot of Latina women like to play into. Even though it is harmful, some of our ladies, like to be represented as that.
We're allowed to have emotions. We're allowed to disagree. We're allowed to take up space. Our voices is not a weapon. We don't have to shrink ourselves just to make other people feel comfortable. We're constantly being asked to be softer, to smile more, to say it nicer. But what happens when we said it nicely 10 times and we're still being dismissed? What happens when we raise our voice just a little and suddenly we're a threat? I can't tell you how many times I've been in a situation where I spoke up, not even yelled, not cursed, but just simply disagreed. And it just shifted the whole environment. I can see the discomfort, the assumptions being made, and I'm just thinking, if I were anyone else, would this be a problem?
Aggressive Latina, hot-tempered Latina. Let me just say, as a light-skinned myself, a light-skinned Latino, light-skinned indigenous person, aware of my privilege, the ones who play up this role, most of the time are light-skinned, because they know they could get away with acting like that. They know the way they're portrayed is way differently than someone of a dark complexion would be. For example, Christina Aguilera, when all of a sudden she became ex-Tina.
Stop calling black women aggressive or mean, especially when they're just existing. The angry black woman stereotype was created in the 1800s during minstrel shows. Sapphire was the loud, obnoxious, opinionated black woman. She was usually yelling about something with one hand on her hip and lots of attitude, solely because she was bitter and mean-spirited, of course. The purpose of Sapphire was to undermine the legitimacy of her opinions and invalidate her emotions, no matter how justified. She reinforced the idea that the best way to exist was actually to be passive and agreeable, even in the face of blatant injustice. Today, the stereotype continues to exist. When men or non-black women are upset about something, it's attributed to this situation. Something must have upset them. But when black women are upset about something, it's attributed to our personality, making it much easier to dismiss. Today, this perception is used to undermine, shame, and silence black women who dare to demand fair treatment or challenge social inequities. So when you unnecessarily use aggressive language to describe a black woman, you are furthering the Sapphire stereotype and reminding us of society's constant expectation that we must make ourselves smaller, quieter, and more palatable for white comfortability.
The world really hates a monoracial black woman with an opinion that's not afraid to stand up for herself, that's not afraid to speak out, that's not afraid to live out loud, that's not afraid to be bold, that's not afraid to be vivacious, that's not afraid to be intelligent, that's not afraid to be beautiful and to know that she's beautiful, to actually speak on her beauty, that's not afraid to call things out when it's wrong, that's not afraid to just be herself. The world don't like it, but y'all better get the fuck ready, all right? Because we here, we exist by the droves, and we will no longer be silent. We will no longer allow anyone to take our power. We will no longer allow anybody to tell us how to act, who to be, to police us. We're not going anymore. We're not. So I suggest that y'all get over it. We're no longer censoring anybody else either. We're not censoring other groups of women over us. We're not censoring men over us. It's not happening anymore. And y'all can't take it because we're usually muling and jumping on a bandwagon for everybody else. And now we're starting to do that for ourselves, important to ourselves. And y'all don't know how to take that because y'all been so comfortable siphoning our energy. Y'all been so comfortable energy harvesting off of us. Now y'all trying to destiny swap. This shit is bizarre. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way.
right? We're depicted often using that stereotypical trope of angry and aggressive and argumentative. And I was looking up some of the stats.
I thought that was the mob wives.
Well, it should be. It should be, but it's not. It's sort of what's always used towards black women. And I was telling you guys during the Hot Topics table, whenever I'm even on this show, I consider myself to be someone that tries to debate with facts and persuasively, but the comments that I get is that I'm aggressive and that I'm angry. And it's so interesting to me because I'm like, I didn't feel angry at all. I felt kind of happy that day. And when I looked up the stats, it said when asked about what descriptors they'd use to describe the way black women are depicted on reality TV, 53% of black women and 37% of the white women that responded said argumentative.
Wow.
That was...
well, all the housewives are argumentative, aren't they?
The strong black woman trope was created to serve everyone else except black women. Sis, come here. Set yourself free. Put it down. You are a queen with a servant's heart. You are not a servant. I love you. Happy Black History Month.
If you were bullied as a kid or at any point in your life, that may be the reason that you have an underlying anger problem. Let's talk about it. So I feel like fighting has become so commonplace in modern society that most people don't even realize where that desire to fight comes from. So I would love to unpack that. First of all, I'm not talking about like baddies and whatever. That's a segment of society that grew up watching Bad Girls Club and Love and Hip Hop and violent shows, and they feel like that's just the way to solve conflict. What I'm talking about is people who were bullied when they were kids, whether that's verbally or physical. People who were in relationships with people that punched down on your self-confidence. And obviously they were of the opposite sex, so it's not like it could get physical. You just had to take it, right? Or if you had parents or caregivers that were always critical of you, always talking down, always being negative to you. What happens sometimes is when you don't have the ability to fight back in the original situation, when you get punched down on emotionally or physically, and you don't have a way to resolve that in your mind, what happens is that angry energy just stays in there. And as you grow older, it kind of just festers and rots under the surface. And what will happen is you will find yourself having huge reactions for things that may not have been that serious. You may find yourself cussing somebody out because you felt triggered, or moving to anger way quicker than you maybe even needed to in the situation. But it's because you have all that underlying feeling of, I wasn't protected. Somebody tried to hurt me. There was nothing I could do in the situation. So when anything else even resembles that, it's go time. How do I know? I was that person before many, many years of intensive therapy and journaling. I was bullied a lot as a kid. I was bullied for having glasses. They used to call me Urkel's girlfriend. I was bullied for my skin tone. I was bullied for being fat. I was bullied for how I talk because I'm Jamaican. And when I came to this country, my accent sounded different than people. So literally from second grade to like the end of middle school, I was made fun of. Even in high school, people had like weird shit to say, right? What happened is because I was in a strict Jamaican household and you can't fight and get in trouble in school and any of that, I just kept it all in and it was seething. So when I got to my 20s and 30s, it was set it off season. And anybody who knows me personally can tell you I was fighting in the club. I was getting at men. I have actually almost been in a physical altercation with men like 3 different times in my life. Like I was going crazy. At the second somebody did something I found offensive, I was over the top with it. And I actually started going to therapy because I got in a fight in a grocery store. And I'm not proud of this, but as your coach, I'm gonna tell you the ugly and the real. I got in a fight in a grocery store with a girl who was in front of me in line and was taking too long. And I kind of barked at her and was like, yo, like, get out of the way, New York. And she turned around and said something to me that was past the mark. It went down. Long story short, security was called, police was called. They asked her if she wanted to press charges. Homegirl was bleeding a little bit from her forehead. I saw my life and my future success flash before my eyes. And I realized at that moment, sign up for therapy tomorrow because you had no reason getting into the situation because it's not even her. And what she did wasn't even that deep. It's underlying anger that you have in yourself. And praise God, it's been, almost 7 years or whatever the case is, and I have a really great handle on my temper now because I understand my triggers and I understand where they came from, and I understand that most of the time it has nothing to do with the person that's in front of me. So I just want to offer that to you. If you're a person that's easily triggered, easily angered, or always setting it off, it's not what's in front of you. It's what happened to you a long time ago. And when you process that, you'll be able to respond in much more palatable
and nonviolent ways. Just saying. And as always, Auntie loves you.
When I say I am so freaking tired of being the woman, like, I really just feel like God could have made me a dinosaur or a frog or even a tree at this point. I'm fine with being a tree. But, like, this woman stuff, like, y'all want me to bear children, take care of the children, get a house, take care of the house, go grocery shopping, cook the food, buy clothes, wash the clothes, and fold them and put them away. I'll probably never be good at that one, honestly. Bleed every month just to tell me that I can still bear children, but I didn't do it this month. You can send me a text message. We ain't got to keep doing that. You know, y'all want me to wash dishes, organize cabinets, clean out the fridge. Like, it's just too much. You want me to, nails, hair, I gotta look good, like. And on top of all this, y'all want me to stay emotionally and mentally sane to do all of these things? We ain't even talked about going to work. We ain't even put, that's all of the job right there. I ain't even did nothing to earn no money. That's just doing stuff. I am tired. God, next lifetime, I really feel like I need to be a tree. I need to chill out for a couple 100 years. I can't keep doing the human experience. Tree me, God. Tree me, please. And then after that, when I come back, make me the uncle. Because I can't keep doing the woman stuff and the mom stuff. Make me an uncle after I get to chill out and be a tree for a couple 100 years. Because I need to relax and catch the breeze. This ain't it. This ain't it. Tree me, God.
And we definitely not about to be silent. So just to make you guys feel more at ease, no, can't do it. So the next time you feel the urge to call a black woman aggressive, I challenge you. Ask yourself, is she being aggressive? Or is she just not letting herself be ignored? You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't going to no shrink. We not about to be quiet. And we definitely not about to apologize for being powerful. Thank you for listening. If this resonates with you, share it. Comment your thoughts below. And most importantly, keep speaking up, Black Queens.